Great. How are you doing, Josephine, and during this craziness going on in the world right now?
Oh, I'm feeling very, yeah, it's been a really crazy, very sad 24 hours, I guess, couple
Yeah,
weeks. Also, I personally am doing okay. Yeah, thanks for
yeah, that's
asking. How are you
no,
doing?
absolutely, absolutely. I'm okay. I'm
Yeah, yeah.
sort of a homebody anyway, so it doesn't really affect me that all too much.
Yes, that's true. Yeah,
Except
yeah,
for
right.
it's still kind of scary. But anyway, which would be interesting because I wonder what kind of things Shirley Jackson would be doing, writing about the time that we're in right now.
I wonder that too. It's a really good question. I think she would have some real interesting things to say about
Yeah,
pandemics and staying at home. She did stay at home for obviously for for a lot of the course of our movie, and she was kind of shutting herself away. But I think she also really writes so insightfully about uh, the larger um, the kind of mob mind. She's very good at capturing the darkness of the mob mind, and so I wonder what she would have to say about what's going on right now.
yeah.
Yeah,
That might be another great fictional story of hers to tell.
I know, right? Yes, exactly, exactly.
Well, I saw the film at Sundance and I really enjoyed it. And I didn't know. I talked to Odessa a few minutes ago and I told her I didn't know what to expect.
Mm.
I knew not to expect something conventional from you, but I also was like, but I didn't know it was like I didn't know what it was. I still thought it was going to be a biopic, and it's so totally not a biopic. But one of the things I liked about it is that one of the things that drew you to it. Actually, that it's
Yeah, I think so. I was curious to be part of a project about a female writer. I think it's so exciting to celebrate another woman artist and particularly this woman artist. I mean, Shirley's a little wicked genius. She's kind of unplugging and um, she's swirling us all into this like magic potion brew of um of uncertainty. And I think one of the things I love about her stories is they're very structured, but there's this ambiguity usually towards the end, and you really get to sort of interpret them as you will, which is something I get excited about doing in my own work as well. So it was fun to do pay homage to her in trying to make a movie that feels like a Shirley Jackson story.
yeah, it really does because you kind of get that same vibe towards the end, like this could go anywhere from here, and I really
Yes.
kind of dug that about it. Um, One of the things I really also liked about it is the dynamic between Shirley and Rose. Rose sort of comes into it with this, admiration for her, but it gets much deeper than that along the way, and it becomes like this. I describe it as kind of a psychosexual thing going on between them. Talk to me a little bit about that and how you like kind of how you perceive their relationship in the film.
Wow, yeah, complicated, right? I think
Yeah,
that was
to
one of
say the
the, I mean,
least.
yeah, exactly. And that's obviously the center line of the film is their relationship. I, you know, I think one of the things we really tried to do both in the script and then in the shoot and also in editing was just look at how complicated female relationships are, and also how complicated Shirley herself is. And she's a person that is fairly unpredictable, and so I think we let that be a strength in terms of the way that we worked with the storytelling of the film, so that in one scene she could be very loving, in the next scene she might be extremely manipulative or cruel, in the next scene she maybe is inviting you to have a drink with her. And so I think for Rose, she's always walking on her tiptoes, and I think as an audience member, it kind of keeps you being like, what's going to happen next? Which
Yeah,
Shirley is going to show up to the dance?
yeah,
And I think it was also really exciting. I think what Odessa brought to all that was she had this hesitation or desire to be close to this writer who she's interested in, and also obviously a lot of hesitation once she realizes that there's some uncertain ground. But also I think what you see also is that she's biting into the apple that Shirley is offering her. She's really interested in going on this journey to have this knowledge, and this deeper maybe self-understanding and liberation that Shirley points her to. So it was exciting to look at their friendship, and I feel grateful that I had two such incredible actresses to work with to pull that off.
yeah. They're Elisabeth Moss and Odessa Young are both fantastic. The whole cast was really good in this. Um, I was kind of thinking about it, and I was, comparing their relationship to sort of like a seesaw. It's like 1 minute it's way up, and they're like,
Yes.
it's great, and next minute it's way down, and it's extremely toxic. And there's a lot, those two like extremes are kind of like captured in like my two favorite scenes in the movie, which is the mushroom scene and the swing scene. I think are fantastic. I love those scenes, but also the way that Shirley's manipulations kind of fuel her creatively, which I thought was interesting as well. As someone who's creative herself, talk to me a little bit about, drawing from things and maybe perhaps even creating something to fuel yourself.
Yeah, well, I think that murky territory of like how does an artist use the people around her to make her work is something that I've been really interested in. Madeline's Madeline, my previous film, was very much was directly about that. It was kind of about my own process of creating collaboratively and learning from that and making mistakes, and so it really became about that process. So it's interesting. It was interesting. I didn't even realize, when I got the script and was so excited about it. I think it was like months later that I was like, there's a lot of similarities between this and Madeline's Madeline, which is actually was, I think, helpful because, just getting to dig deeper into these tricky mentor relationships was exciting, and kind of there's something really profound, I think, about the way that women connect with each other and the way that we look up to each other, and also maybe the ways that at times we can misuse each other. So yeah, but I think there's something ultimately very beautiful at the heart of what Shirley and Rose are bringing to each other. I think that's what makes the film kind of funny and also tragic at times.
You also had Michael Stuhlbarg in this, who I also love, and I look at him and Elisabeth Moss as very similar in some ways, in that like I can absolutely love them in a movie, and like I love them in this, but their characters are, when they decide to be like vile and manipulative, they are both amazing at it. Talk to me a little bit about kind of how they got along together in the shoot, and how because they had this terrific chemistry together during the film. Talk to me a little bit about that.
Yeah, well, what was wonderful is that I think they had met before, but they had never really spent a ton of time together. And Lizzie is a huge, like, Lizzie was like, we got to get Michael. She was a huge fan of Michael Stuhlbarg. And I think it just felt like a win for all of us when he came on board. And because he's such a I was about to say a gentle actor, but obviously in this film, he's not playing a gentle character, but he embraces a role with such care and research and accountability, I guess, to do justice to maybe a real person and also a complex person. And I thought his kind of cruelty and the ways that he manipulates his wife are very there. You also sort of see that they're coming. There's a love, or at least an obsession that's like love, that's at the heart of it. And I think that Shirley Stanley relationship is so wonderfully like almost, it's like a guilty pleasure to watch them go at it. And they had a great time playing together. They have totally different acting styles. So it was fun. Lizzie is really, she just likes to roll with it. She's not huge on rehearsal. She likes to like go into something fresh, and Michael comes from theater and he loves to rehearse. So it was just exciting to see them work together and really balance each other out, and find a way of collaborating on rehearsal that worked for both of them. I think it was kind of the perfect couple. So yeah, another blessing.
This movie looked very, just like in terms of like cinematography and just everything, just looked very different for you. It's we talked about it earlier, how she's really sort of confined to this house, and it's how was that was that more of a challenge for you to kind of keep it visually fresh when she's basically kind of staying in place for much of the movie?
Yeah, our production designer did such an epic job on that house that honestly I could have probably shot in that house for another 2 weeks. I had a blast. It wasn't, and we never felt like we were repeating ourselves. And I think that's also kudos to Sturla Grovlin, who's the DP, and we came up with a lot of we just always had exciting ideas about different ways to use different sections of the house. And there's this like window into the kitchen that towards the end of the film, when things are sort of getting complicated, I'm trying to figure out how to talk about it without giving anything away, between Shirley and Rose, we were like, what if we shoot Rose through this window? And the image is just such a beautiful image, and I felt like we were constantly finding other ways to explore the house and its imagery, and finding ways that the house and shooting through that architecture could elaborate something about what's going on with the characters and how they're separate, maybe even from themselves in those times. So but thanks for saying that. I mean, Sturla, our DP, is a total genius. And we had a great, our lighting designer, Noah, really supported us in being able to have a lot of flexibility. He would light 360 a lot so that we could have a lot of room to play in each of those rooms.
Well, I think that's a perfect way to end on that note. Thanks a lot,
Josephine. Thank you, Travis. What great questions. You're such a sweetheart. I really just enjoy getting to talk to you.
Thank you very much. I really enjoyed the film, and I wish you the best of luck with it. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. All right. Have a good day.